I'm here at our Winding Oaks with part 2 of our pre-drywall documentation, walking through the foyer. And on turning to the right through the foyer to the dining room, I have on the right a 1-gang switch box, a plug, moving down the wall another plug, a plug centered underneath the triple windows, a plug to the left, 2-gang switch and a speaker wire or volume control on the wall that goes into the butler pantry, and a plug down low there as well. Looking up at the ceiling, I've got 6-inch recessed cans, 4 of them in all 4 corners of this ceiling. I also have an outlet in the middle for a chandelier, as you can see, and then I've got some speaker wiring here to the left and right of the chandelier, about 3 feet on either side. I've got speaker wire coiled up. And then I have a supply air conditioner vent here. As I walk from the dining room into the butlery, I've got 2 plugs on the wall in the butler pantry. Looking up at the butler pantry, I've got what looks like a smoke detector outlet and a 6-inch recessed can. As I turn right into the pantry, I've got a 2-gang switch. Moving into the pantry and looking up, I've got an outlet for a fluorescent light. No plugs on the walls in the pantry. As I walk through the butlery into the kitchen, turning back around and looking back towards the butlery, I've got 2 2-gang switches stacked on top of each other, a counter level plug. I have some wiring here for over and under cabinet lights, which is going to get swapped out because our electrician ran 120 volt wiring and we use 12 volt wiring for our LED over and under cabinet lights, so that's going to get changed. But I have a double oven outlet here, 220 volt, above that a microwave outlet. I've got a 4-gang by the back door switch, and just below it a counter level plug. Moving on around past the doors, another counter level plug, another counter level plug, some plumbing in the wall that goes upstairs and comes back down through this underground to the island. Over here to the island, you can see we've got our hot and cold water, we've got our plumbing, and we've got our electrical coming up from the island. Back to the wall here where the range is going to go, I've got my vent pipe with the outlet for the vent hood. Down below that, I've got my 120 for the cooktop, and I've got an outlet which looks like it's probably going, it's the junction box going out to the island. And I've got my gas pipe coming in. There's a valve there that'll have an access panel on it in the garage to turn off the gas to the cooktop. I've got 2 more outlets here on the backsplash. Moving on down to my refrigerator location, I've got a ice maker box down low and a plug at about 42 for the refrigerator. Moving into the nook, I've got a plug down low here on the wall that backs up to the garage. Plug over here between the window and the door to the hallway to the mudroom. Got a 1-gang switch here on the wall that goes out to the mudroom. Other side of the windows has a plug there in the corner. Moving back around to the last wall of the breakfast nook, there's a plug down low and a 2-gang switch up here. As I walk back towards the foyer, if I were in the foyer and turned right into the kitchen, I would have a 1-gang switch on the wall and a thermostat outlet above that. And above that's another low voltage wire of some kind, probably for an alarm sensor of some kind. And a 1-gang plug down on the wall, and then a volume control of some kind wiring in the wall between the kitchen and the butlery. Looking up at the kitchen ceiling, I've got some low voltage speaker wiring on the right just behind this huge glue lamp. Then I've got a 6-inch recessed can here, speaker wire here, 6-inch recessed can here, supply grill here for air conditioning, another 6-inch recessed can here, paired up with another one on this side of the kitchen. Some wires coiled up here for pendant lights that will go over the island. You can see right there's where they're coiled up. And then I also have another 6-inch recessed can here, paired with another one over here. Finally, another speaker wire here, and another 6-inch recessed can in front of the refrigerator. And then walking over into the nook area is a chandelier outlet, and then some type of a red wire near the supply grill for the air conditioner. Not sure what the red wire is for. Walking from the breakfast nook through the hallway into the mud room, I have my outside door Looking up at the ceiling, I've got a smoke detector outlet and a ceiling fixture outlet. I've got a 3-gang switch on the wall going out to the garage. I've got an alarm keypad wire above that switch. I've got my alarm wire for the door to the garage at the top of the door jamb. Looking over to my left is the powder bath. And turning right into the powder bath is a 3-gang switch box. On the right of the vanity is a 1-gang plug outlet. There's my vanity plumbing. There's my toilet plumbing. Looking up at the ceiling in the powder bath is a supply grill for the air conditioner, a 6-inch can light, an exhaust fan, and a pair of 4-inch down lights over the lavatory. Moving back out into the mudroom and into the utility room, I have a 2-gang switch to my right in the utility room. I've got a plug for a refrigerator with an ice maker box down below it. I've got my dryer box with a 220 plug next to it. I've got my washer box with a 110 plug next to it. Got a 1-gang plug outlet to the left of the washing machine. I've got my plumbing here for our laundry sink and a 1-gang plug outlet for that laundry sink. Moving back to the entry to the utility and looking up, I see a supply grill, I see a ceiling outlet fixture box, and I see an exhaust fan. Finally, walking out into the 2-car garage. As I walk out into the garage, the wall on my right has a single plug about 2/3 of the way down the wall. Moving over to the wall where the garage door is my garage door sensor wire, about 14-16 inches away from the garage door. Looking back to the other side of the garage is my other garage door sensor, about another 12 or 14 inches from the garage door. Looking along the next outside wall is my outlet box with my access to my UFR ground. 1-gang plug above that, some ground wires running through the wall, including this one that goes outside to a ground rod. I have my electrical panels here. I have my wires for my communication demarc coming out of the wall here. Plug on the wall next to the electrical panels, and there's all the home runs coming down through the ceiling. Continuing down that same wall, I've got a little alcove that goes to the backyard. There's an outside door here, fluorescent light up above it, plumbing clean out here, and a 1-gang switch here that turns on that fluorescent light up above that door. Moving down the wall between the laundry room and the garage is a 1-gang plug outlet. As I look up at the ceiling of the garage, I've got a fluorescent light outlet here. The center of the garage has a plug and low voltage for the garage door opener, and another ceiling outlet here for the fluorescent light. And that concludes part 2 of our pre-drywall documentation.